All right, the situation today is this is a newly developed site where lots and lots of production data just got added. This is basically ready to be rolled out to production, and this is currently a placeholder site that is sitting on production. It has 3,760 pieces of data and lots of production media, and this one on the other hand has 9 pieces of data and just a few sample media just for testing purposes. Now, to do this migration, we are going to use this plugin, WP Migrate DB, but we are going to use the Pro version in here, which has push-pull feature and a whole bunch of other bells and whistles that we're about to find out. And to implement this, we need to install this Pro version on this target site and this source site both, and then enable all the features and load them up with the necessary extensions. And then we're going to connect these two and launch the migration and see it happen. So let's get started. Okay, so first thing first, we are going to install this WP Migrate DB Pro plugin onto this target site. Add new, upload, dragging it in, install now, activate plugin. All right, so once installed and activated, you can find it right here. And once we activate the license, these features will be enabled: push pull, import, and a whole bunch of others. In fact, if we go to add-ons, once the license is activated, then these features will also be enabled, so that it will allow us to go and download the necessary extensions. And once these are added, the full feature will be visible right here, and then we should go to settings and enable these push-pull features and use this to connect both sites. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish installing the same here and activate the license, and then we'll get to the add-ons. All right, so as you can see here, I have activated the license on the source site or the staging site and enabled push-pull. So the same thing I'm about to do here now that the license has been activated. So this will allow me to do enable push-pull here. And add-ons, this is what either I can download or install, so I'll choose install, activate. This is the additional stuff that will let us update the upload folder or the media folder, right? So let's go and do it again for the plugins and theme folders. By default, it only allows the DBs to be migrated, as the name suggests, Migrate DB. But once we enable those features like this one will, as it says here, allows you to push and pull media files, which is the upload folder. And now I'm gonna install this part where it will let me push and pull the plugin and the theme folder. So the understanding is that once this migration is finished, we should be able to see the whole site migrated over, not just the database. Since we're not going to do anything here, so we're going to leave it alone. This is nothing's going to happen from here. We're going to take this approach. We're going to use this site, which is the staging site. You push and pull, you can do only from one, right? So we're going to push it. So now it's ready. And from this part, we only need this little text to connect both the sites so that the push and pull can happen. So let's paste. All right, looks like it found it and established a connection. Let's make sure here everything keeping at default, and as you can see, to compare, see these paths are now showing up here. So it is now ready to do a push and pull, and now all these features got enabled since we activated and installed and activated those add-on extensions. So now we're going to add media files. So we'll go with the first choice, and then theme files and plugins. Select all. We're going to go with all the plugins. Actually, we're going to choose this active one, and if I hold down to the control key, I think I can add another one. Just reviewing one last time. Everything looks good. Let's start the push. Boom. Now it's queuing everything. It's running the Migrate DB first and then queuing everything else, and it's going to keep showing you one by one. So we will come right back once it's finished, or time to time I'll probably come back and show you the progress. Alright, so looks like the database migration failed. It's complaining about some table containing some invalid characters. So at this point we're going to try the other way. Come here, we're going to try to pull it this time, and this is the source or the staging. Going to copy, paste it right here. Okay, so looks like push and pull both failed, and both are complaining about this specific table. So after digging around, I finally found the culprit here in the source database, which is the staging database. And after a little bit more research, I found out that these tables are coming from a plugin called WP Google Maps. And this was something that I wasn't using. It was deactivated anyway, so I removed it. So let's go there and right here. So let's check these guys. All the WP GNZA ones. And by now we know for sure these related to that plugin that we no longer use. So all these guys has been selected, and now we're going to go ahead and drop those tables. Yes. Okay, so we are back into it. Once again, we are at the source site, which is the staging. So let's start it back up, and this time hopefully it will go normally, go successfully, and I'm gonna go ahead and start a timer here to time it how long it takes. Here we go. Okay, looks like it did this DB conversion. It's working on the finishing touches right now. Boom, it just switched to media. Okay, so file transfer failed. So at this point I'm about to give up, and I'm gonna go proceed through a manual process. Well, this used to be and still is my favorite migration plugin. The free one works all the time, but this is what I paid for the developer version, and ever since I paid for it, I went through at least 10 efforts of migration with 100% failure. It never succeeded, never. So just to get to a conclusion, I just since the database already migrated over, so only thing we're missing right now is the content folder, which is, as I told you before, it's pretty huge, close to 6 GB. As you can see, I have it locally here. Now I connect it to production here, and I'm gonna go through a transfer inside the HTML folder, public HTML folder, which is this. So once this transfers over, we're just gonna go ahead and manually switch it over and finish the migration. All right, looks like the transfer finished. So now we have to go pick it out from here, 5.78 GB, and we are gonna do it the old-fashioned way by renaming this WP content folder to old, and extracting this one. Okay, so extraction finished, and we have our content, WP content folder back. Reload again. Yes, it's right in place, and as we have done before, the database has been restored. So now let's go refresh this guy to see what's up. Once again, this is the staging or the source site, and this is where we just migrated to. Now let's refresh and see what happens. Boom. Now it's a 100% copy of this right here, and let's go in the back end to find out, did we accomplish our main goal of having all the lists imported, about 3,760 of them. And let's go here, and there you have it. We finally finished the migration successfully, and that's it for today. Thanks.